I'm here with Jodie MacTavish. And Jodie, uh, you have a very interesting occupation. Tell us what you do.
Good afternoon, Sharon. Yes, it is a challenge sometimes for people to understand my profession because it's relatively new, I guess, in the scheme of things. I'm a holistic health therapist, and I provide services through my business called Healthful Transformations here in Grand Junction, Colorado. And what is a holistic therapist? I guess ends up being the question a lot of times. I provide drug free, needle free services to help people get out of pain, whether it's physical, mental, or emotional. So I have a lot of tools in my toolbox because I've been doing this type of work for over 40 years. So I have all kinds of skills and training that from everything from tapping, which some people are familiar with tapping. That's a technique of tapping points on the meridians to help us get rid of fears and phobias and that kind of thing. I also do a technique called auricular therapy, which is activating points on our ears. And the World Health Organization recognizes auricular therapy to um, treat over 150 different disorders. I have literally seen what you would almost call miracles using auricular therapy. One of my favorite stories is a lady who she had not been able to raise her arm for 30 years. She had had surgery, and her physical therapy just she didn't follow through, or something was not working for her. And so for 30 years, she had to wear her hair in a certain style because she couldn't lift her arm. She had a hard time getting her coat on. And I said, well, let's just activate those points on your ear. And when I got done, she was able to raise her arm completely over her head
In just one session?
in one session. And her eyes
Wow.
were this big. And she said, is it going to go back? And I said, no, I don't think so. I said, and if it does, we'll just give you another session. So,
That is really amazing. Now, I understand that you have some interesting tech in your place of business. Tell us about that.
I do. I have some amazing technology for people who are interested in body scanners um, and frequencies. I have some wonderful tools in my office. One particular tool that is actually something everybody can get involved with and use on your own phone to scan your own family, your pets, and you can optimize not only your health but your friends and family's health with this technology. Um, the scanner also is able to identify stressors in your body from the sound of your voice. So, Sharon, if a friend of yours called you and she was sick, upset, mad, or sad, you would know from the sound of her voice, correct?
Usually.
Okay. So, this particular technology picks up over 10,000 frequencies in our voice. It identifies four basic tones in your voice. So, the three high tones are the emotions you tend to go to most often, and the low tone is more subconscious things that we maybe don't recognize in ourselves. But what it does is it also helps to identify where we need to be putting more attention to our health. Maybe we're dehydrated. Maybe there's things that supplements or things that the body needs. So this software kind of helps you do that without having to guess about what should I be taking or what's really going on. So it's an opportunity for you to utilize the technology and optimize body's frequencies because we actually, believe it or not, we get sick out here in our electromagnetic body or frequency body before we actually get sick in the physical. So if we can straighten out that frequency body, a lot of times we can avoid a lot of health issues.
Well, that's wonderful to hear.
Yes, and I also have a new technology. It's helps with addictions, and this particular technology, you need to be willing to make a 30-day commitment. But it's been very, very successful in clearing up addictions, whether you're a cigarette smoker or alcohol or whatever your addiction is technology has shown to really make a difference. It also helps kids with ADD, ADHD. So I have a lot of tools in my toolbox.
And that toolbox is a physical location where?
I have an office here in Grand Junction off of North Avenue, and a lot of the things I can do, somebody doesn't necessarily have to come into my office, but more physical things like the auricular therapy, yes, that's an in-house type session. But there's also sessions that can be done over the phone or Zoom or Messenger. So I have a lot of options for people to connect with.
You mentioned tapping, and I think I recall, tell me if I'm wrong, that you have your own methodology, not the straight EFT uh, that many people are aware of. Is that correct?
There's a couple of different methods, yes. And I was very fortunate in that I've actually trained with Gary Craig. He initiated what's now known as EFT or Emotional Freedom Technique. And then I also trained with a gentleman over in Utah. So there's a kind of a mishmash of those 2 or 3 different techniques. So if one particular method doesn't work for somebody, then I have other tools in the toolbox. So
That's cool. So tell us how to get in touch with you.
you can text me at area code 360-624-3332. Don't let that area code throw you off. I am here in Grand Junction in the Grand Valley. So that number again, 360-624-3332.
Jodie, thank you for being with us today.
Thank you.